October 9th, 2024, 1:50 p.m. And, well, not getting very many comments anymore. Almost seems as though people are becoming intimidated because of my retaliation against, uh, well, I cannot even consider them to be viewers. More or less just, well, trolls, okay? Now, why am I coming out with this video today? There is nothing to report as far as sky conditions, weather related or otherwise. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a follow-up over the situation that I have been thrust into. This has occurred two or three times throughout my time on this platform, to where, I start revolting against this platform, and next thing you know, all of a sudden there's these people that's throwing these comments at me, and they're quite ridiculous. Well, okay, so this is the situation. Uh, I don't read books a whole lot anymore. I used to be very, very avid in reading. I'm going to go ahead and read this book here, which I have had for many a year now. And it is called the Oxbow Incident. And I'm not really going to go into it with you people. If you want to know about this book, well, do your own research, check it out. It is a book built on fiction. And I haven't even begun to read it yet. But what I did do is I read, the preface and whatnot. And I would like to read a little bit of what this author here has to say about his readers, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of comparison as far as how this author felt about some of the communication that was coming in from those that, well, I don't even want to say that they were familiar with this book, but I want to compare it to my channel and my content on this channel. And you might understand why once I get done, okay? Okay, so listen closely, won't you please? This is from the author. This is the introduction. During the past few years, for some reason or other, I have been receiving such a flood of letters about the Oxbow incident, all of them asking in one way or another such demanding questions that I cannot begin to answer them in the terms that they set. I wouldn't have the time to even worry about another book, let alone write one if I did. Some of them, of course, are demanding in exactly the wrong way and don't deserve an answer of any sort. Such as, Dear Mr. Clark, you don't know me, but I have long been an admirer of your stories, and I have decided to write my own term paper for English on your fine novel, The Oxbow Incident. Would you tell me all about why you wrote it, and whether there was a real incident, and if so, what it was, and explain what you meant in the book? Also tell me about your life with several anecdotes about your most interesting personal experiences. I would appreciate a prompt reply to this letter since my paper is due next Friday. Yours sincerely, etc., etc. The greater number of them, however, come from people who have read the book and read it attentively and thought about it too, which is what keeps a book alive in the only way that matters. And I would like to answer them as fully as I can. But there are so many of these letters, and their questions are also so demanding in their much better way, that I would like to make this preface a kind of open answer to them and explain once and for all for everything I feel I can explain about the Oxbow incident. So, what we have here is somebody that wrote a letter to this author, and this was many, many years ago, okay? They apparently, even though, regardless of what they stated about being familiar with this guy's content or his writings, apparently they knew nothing and was demanding that much more information, even though they were not familiar with this guy's content. But he praises, though, those that are or were actually great admirers of his work, and they did keep up with his writings, and they understood his works. Because why? They made sure to go through and not only check out his writings, but whatever the author had to say about himself in order to clarify things. But even if the author was to come out and try to clarify stuff, it still would, fall on deaf ears, if you will, because you have to, like my channel, understand not only the creator of the content, but the content itself, and vice versa. That's how it works. That's why I try to be transparent with, not only my content, but myself, so that there is an understanding. But there is no understanding if people don't actually view my content. And they just want to jump on the last video that I put out there and start in trolling. Such as this letter to this author that I just read. And which basically infuriated him to where he had to come out and make an example. Of course, he didn't include any name. That's why I said, "Yours sincere," or "Sincerely yours," etc. Well, I can go a step further than that. I don't mind it because, well, with these people that have no content on their channel and they want to go around attacking others, baselessly attacking others when they have no experience of their content. So it's kind of ironic that I've had this book for years, and now I have decided, okay, you know what, let's go ahead and get back into the books again. And lo and behold, I find this little example that loosely is comparable to what I've been dealing with here recently through my content and through comments. Well, of course, this guy made sure to save that letter as an example, and he made use of it. Now, can you understand my premise of why I do what I do and how I do it? For those that have no clues and want to base, their presumptions or assumptions and want to try to, tell me this, that, or the other thing without even going into my content, it's much like this little letter demanding information, demanding this, that, and the other thing. No, it does not work like that. Most generally, I will go ahead before I view people's content. I will check out the, information on the channel. And I will go through some of the videos just so I know what I'm jumping into. Because once again, as I have stated in previous videos, you don't want to dive in head first into the shallow end of a swimming pool, right? And that is exactly what many out there attempted to do. And in the process, I believe they kind of flattened their heads. which might have already been flat to begin with. So, well, hopefully, well, I'll just say, maybe, keeping my fingers crossed, this might have actually, uh, I'm sorry, but I just got sidetracked by these two jets high in the sky. I don't know if you can see them back here or not. Of course, I'm all blurred out, which I, once again, do believe that artificial intelligence. But these two guys were just crossing. Chris, or no, one's following another. Okay, once again, we have this. Huh, yeah. One following another. And, okay, so, yeah. Doesn't matter. Contrails, chemtrails, whatever. This, in itself, oh, sorry. I'm getting a glare. This in itself, is this typical of jet behavior, jet aircraft behavior? I don't care about the trails or the streamers. It is this that I'm now curious about, as we have been seeing this in the last couple of my videos. Look at that. Look at this. Does anybody want to attempt to explain this to me? You know, people, I capture some of the craziest stuff right here in this location. Always. Just another example, I guess. Yeah, I was not expecting to do any kind of a sky recording, but, you know, never fails. All I gotta do is step out here anymore and wham, they want to show me something. Or at least, that's how it appears. So, well, alright, that's gonna do it for this. And, well, I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's even watching my channel anymore. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna post content. If people want to comment, cool. But if people just want to troll, well, now you know my thoughts.